Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 3. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, so this episode starts out with Melissa and Louie, and they pick Louie up from jail. They're both excited. We saw them last week. They were crying and carrying on, really excited to see Louie, which of course everybody would be if you were picking up a loved one from jail. However, they get in the car. They haven't been in the car for 5 minutes before Louie and his mom gets into it. And Louie is trying to tell his mom that, he's an adult. He can go handle his probation situation without her help. Melissa, you see in the front seat, she's kind of smiling and smirking a little bit. I think she's excited to see Louie, kind of get his mom together, if that's what she thought was happening, but clearly it wasn't. Louie and Melissa wanted to go back to the hotel. They wanted to, have a private room so that they could have the sex. And they wanted to get a separate room for Louie's mom so she can go on and leave them the hell alone. Well, that's not what she wanted. She said, no, we're not doing that. We're going home right now. When they finally get to the house, Louie said, yes, everything looks the same. He was happy to be home, but at the same time, he said that the house reminded him of his past and how he used to do drugs. And, it just kind of makes it a little harder for him to stay sober. And just in my opinion, he looked like someone who was really battling old demons, like he was thinking about drugs and he wants to see if he can get his probation to be okay with him moving to New Jersey. He wants to get away from his old friends and places, where he used to get high, which I think is a good idea. Now, Louie's mom makes dinner and he's really excited about it. It's, some good old-fashioned homemade Italian food, and everybody loves their mom's food. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? You could go to the best 5-star restaurant and order something that your mom makes, and you'll love your mom's over what you just had at this restaurant. I've done that before. I went to this really nice restaurant and I ordered the meatloaf. I hated the meatloaf. I thought, oh my gosh, my mom's meatloaf is 10 times better than this. But, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So he was excited. He said he didn't care if it was food that someone who doesn't know how to cook made it. The point is he's out of prison and this is not prison food. Now, he has a conversation with his mom because he could tell that she's a little upset. She's teary-eyed. She just seems stressed out. He has a conversation with her and he asked her, is she upset because he's giving so much attention to Melissa? And his mom says yes. She's really upset that Melissa's there. She's been there for him this whole time. And, she feels that she should get all of his attention, that she should be enough for him in this situation. My thought is this. First of all, Louie's mom needs to get a man. Ma'am, this is your son, not your boyfriend. I realize you're excited that he's home. I realize that you have been holding him down. You've been holding him down for a couple of reasons. One, he's your son. Two, you did it because you felt like it. You did it because you needed to. You weren't forced to hold him down, because I know a lot of parents whose children are in prison and they don't hold their child down. You know what I mean? Because they know that this kid is in here for doing a crime. Now do your damn time. But I appreciate that Louie's mom was there for him. Lord knows, God forbid my son ever ended up in jail, I would be there for my baby too. But I think Louie's mom needs to get some therapy. Ma'am, you've got to separate. This is not a child. This is a grown man. I think even though Melissa is almost 40 and she's mentally, still 15 and she's still stuck in high school, and I'm concerned about her mental health. His mom should be happy that she's not on drugs and she's not a criminal and that she really truly loves Louie. His mom needs some help, in my opinion. She's really third wheeling it. They kind of say listen, we're going to go get us a hotel. And she loses it. And I do mean loses it. She starts screaming at them and telling them that he's on parole. He's not going to go anywhere. What if your parole officer or probation officer shows up here in the middle of the night? Louie, you're going to sleep in your bed and she's going to sleep on the couch. And that's it. I'm not going to hear anything else. Like, she's putting him on punishment like he's 16. Ma'am, that's not appropriate. And Louie and Melissa pussyfooting around, acting like they have to ask permission, that's a problem. As grown people, as childish as they may act, why didn't they just have a nice dinner, give her a bunch of hugs, and then leave? See you later, Mom. Bye. I'm not asking permission. This is ridiculous. Do I think it's a good idea for him to hang tight? I do, because, do I think that his probation officer is going to show up in the middle of the night? I don't, but they could call at some point and it would be good for him to be there. Melissa making the comment that she really wants to get to the hotel. She wants to be with Louie. She's been waiting for this moment for 20 years. Ma'am, I don't know how your self-respect and self-esteem is set up, but something tells me that your self-esteem and self-respect, along with your maturity, is in hell right now. Please get help. What I need for this trio is I need Louie's mom to get into some therapy. I need Melissa to get into some therapy. And I need Louie to be in therapy and a 12-step program. Okay, all of you are nuts. And I couldn't be bothered. I wouldn't even want to be friends, next door neighbors, down the street neighbors. I wouldn't want to be bothered with these people, not even a tiny bit. Donna is emotionally blackmailing this child of hers. Louie has got to go on. I'm sick of this mess. And I do appreciate that Louie did tell Melissa that she doesn't have to take this disrespect from his mom. Both of them have got to stand up for themselves and become adults.
I beg you, please stop.
This is crazy. Sitting around waiting for this dude for 20 years. He didn't give two shits about you when you were in high school. Now he's an addict with no teeth and you are all in. I don't understand. Anyway, Louie goes to bed with his clothes on. Melissa goes to fake bed on the couch. I think what they're going to do is try to sneak out as soon as they think Donna is asleep. I have a feeling that it's not going to work out. Anyway, I'm sick of them. Moving on. Britney and KY Rock. All right, so KY Rock posted earlier in the week that Britney had gotten arrested and went back to jail. Turns out it was just a little traffic offense. She was speeding. The judge gave her a 30-day prison sentence, but suspended 29 of those days. So she just went to jail for 1 day, and she also has to pay a fine. Listen, KY Rock is home. He was happy to be home. He got some of his mom's good food. And like we just said, nothing's better than your mom's home cooking, especially when you haven't had it for a very long time. Now, him eating like a wolf, listen, it's understandable. As he said, when you're in jail, people either take your food or they start to question you. Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Sometimes you have to eat it fast or you lose it. So, give him some time. Let him realize that he is out in the free world. You are amongst friends and family. We've got plenty. We're not going to take your food. Just give him some time. Now, they get back to the hotel and Britney has showered KY Rock with gifts. She says that she saved up $3,000 to buy him some really nice things by working full time and going to school. And I said to myself, why? I really like Britney. I really like KY Rock. I just don't like KY Rock and Britney together. I think that Britney needs to be in therapy and on her own. I think that KY Rock needs to be at a little therapy and anger management and on his own. I don't like this couple together. Now, when she said she spent $3,000 on buying nice little gifts for him, I said to myself, that was enough money for you to put down your first month's rent and deposit on a nice 1-bedroom apartment somewhere not in the same state. Okay, you should have picked up your life and left. This is not the relationship for you, which is proven the next morning after they wake up from having the glorious sex. KY Rock is taking his own sweet time, being slow as hell, and she is trying to rush him out the door because he's got to go to the office of probation. Then they get into a little tete-a-tete. He doesn't like the way she's driving. Don't drive and text, even though she's trying to look at the directions. Oh, you're driving too fast. Watch out for this car. How the hell did she live and survive driving and looking at directions before you got your ass out of jail? I don't even know. Anyway, when they get to the probation office, it turns out that they're at the wrong location. He calls her on the phone and acts a fool. Why'd you bring me to this location? First of all, why the hell don't you know where you're supposed to go? This is your probation. This is your parole. This is your time to meet with the people. You should have had all the information together, where you're supposed to go, how you're going to get there, what time you're going to get there. And you should have drug your ass out of bed, showered and dressed, and left your house in plenty of time to get to where the hell you were supposed to be. KY Rock is too damn controlling and too damn rude. Britney deserves better. I'm sick of them. Anyway, moving on. Now, honey, listen. Oh, shit. They introduced us to this new couple, and I don't know where the hell these people came from. I said, it's a little late in the game to be bringing these people up. I think her name is Joynomi. I'm just going to call her Joy, and Red. Okay, I have no joy in this woman. Okay, so listen. She has been dating this dude named Red for 7 years. Okay, 7 years. He has never seen her. She has never seen him. They don't know each other outside of jail at all. And at some point in their relationship, throughout one of his many times in the hole, she got a little lonely. Okay, and had a little sex with somebody else behind this dude's back and got pregnant. Now listen, this is another thing that is driving me absolutely insane. This girl gets pregnant by some dude. She does not tell this dude that she is pregnant. She does not tell this dude that she's got this beautiful little boy that belongs to him. But she tells this little boy that Red is his daddy. He is calling Red daddy. I said, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, first of all, you don't know this dude. You have never seen him. He has never seen you. Girl, what? Damn it. There is a man who is out in the free world, who is the father of this little boy, who has no idea until he watches Love After Lockup and sees himself in this tiny boy. Why would you bring some dude that you have never met, who has been in jail for 10 years, into your home, into your life, into the life of this little boy? And why the hell would you tell this little boy that he is his father? When this dude comes out and this relationship doesn't work, it's going to break this little boy's heart, because for the last couple years, he has thought this raggedy ass dude is his daddy. You know what? You a raggedy mom. I am sick of this type of shit. She says that she's never had a boyfriend. She's never had sex with a guy that was actually her boyfriend. She's only had, one night stands and, just hookups. And she's met all these people online. She says she's shy. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are not shy. You have low self-esteem. That's what that is. It's not shy. This also pisses me off. I think that she has low self-esteem and she's worried how people are going to react to her because she's plus size. First of all, the girl is absolutely beautiful. She's plus size. She's beautiful. I'm plus size too. You know what I mean? I do realize that throughout my life when I was younger, I was very insecure and my self-esteem was really, really bad. And it took a while. I went and got therapy for it because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm plus size. People, they're not going to want to date me. But to be honest, the size that I currently am, which is a 14, 16, that's the average size of a woman in America. And people don't realize it. And dudes love it. Don't play. Anyway, girl, please, you have got to realize that you are enough, that you are beautiful inside and outside. Don't just give yourself to anybody who says that they like you. This is a bunch of bullshit. Her sister is afraid. Her sister says, well, what if he gets out and he sees her and then he leaves? It doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, then it just doesn't fucking work out. If he leaves her, she won. Okay, because this dude is no prize. What is wrong with these people? He's in jail talking about she cheated on me, and the only reason she told me is because she got pregnant. I don't think she would have told me if she wasn't. We're going to sit down and have a nice dinner. We're going to talk about this. Talk about what? Talk about how you don't have shit. Talk about how you're going to be staying at her house. Talk about how she's been supporting you. Is that what you want to talk about? Shut up. Now, what really pissed me off and took me all the way over the edge, I mean, I was so hot. I am burning brain cells right now. My head is hot. This girl takes some family heirlooms to a pawn shop because she wants to buy some nice things for him. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you seriously telling me that you are about to turn over to a pawn shop some family heirlooms from your grandmother so you can buy this raggedy ass man some gifts? But wait, we're not done yet. She goes on to tell us that over the last 7 years, she has given him over $40,000. I said,
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
I have to rewind because this can't be true. This can't be so. I rewound. No, ma'am. That's what she said. She has given him over $40,000. I wanted to pop her, but she's in the TV, you know. I said to myself, you are a single mom living in a 2-bedroom trailer, and you have given over $40,000 to this jackass that you have never met in person, who has never seen you, and you have never seen him. And you're at the pawn shop pawning family heirlooms. Okay. Is that what the fuck we doing? No, ma'am. First of all, that $40,000 could have been a down payment on a beautiful home with a backyard for your baby to play in. That money could have also been the start of a college fund for your son. There was so many other things that you could have done with that $40,000 than sending it to some dude that you met on Facebook from jail. What the entire fuck is happening here? Then she makes this comment that when he gets out of jail, he's going to take care of us. Really? So this guy who's got this criminal record is going to get out of jail and he's going to be able to take care of you and your son. Okay. Listen, this woman is a clown. Okay. I cannot. My heart goes out to this little boy. I am wishing the very best for this child because unfortunately his mom's brain is not working. It's not on. It's not hitting all cylinders. You are out of your mind, ma'am. Grow up. Get some help. Andy and Britney. Lord, all I can say is Andy is a shitty father and Britney is a shitty mom. Perfect for each other. So Andy and his son has sat outside in that damn car for hours, talking and listening to music while she's inside celebrating her son's birthday with the cake and the gifts and the balloons and shit that Andy bought. Andy, you are too weak for me. I would never deal with a dude that is weak like you. This is bullshit. Pretty soon she's going to have you in a collar walking you like a dog. She comes out the party and tells him she thinks they should stay there. They had plans for her to ride back home with Andy and his son, but no, she wants them to get a hotel room, actually 2 hotel rooms, and spend the night there. I said, well, we know Andy doesn't have any money. Andy gave you $500 and told you he would give you the other $7 later because he's got this fraud situation happening with his accounts, which I think is a lie. I think Andy just doesn't have any money. Anyway, he says, oh, I would like it better if we would just go home. And she said, well, I think that we should stay. Let's just get a hotel room. There's only one hotel in town anyway. Let's just go over there. They get to the hotel. Andy gets out the car. He said, so what should I do? She says, get a hotel room. And he's like, oh, Andy, what? Do you still want us to believe that you worked as a police officer? You didn't, you know what to do. You just didn't want to do it because you don't have the money. Anyway, Andy comes back out and he's got 2 rooms, one for him and her and one for his son. Andy thinks he's about to get some sex, but she has already made it very clear that she just wants a shower and some sleep. She's had a very long day today. Today has been a lot for her, like it hasn't been a lot for Andy's son. I was saying to myself, has he even eaten yet? Andy should be more concerned about his son right now. Listen, the next morning, they ask Britney about the night. She is grossed out. She is upset. She says Andy was trying to hug her, hold her, and kiss her through the night. And we knew that. We all knew that she's not attracted to Andy in the least. Andy is trying to act like, oh, everything was okay. We're going to have to work on, the relationship, getting to know each other. Listen, Andy, cut the shit. The girl is not sexually attracted to you. She's not interested in you in the least. She was using you for conversation, money, and gifts. That's exactly what it was. And now that she is out and she is with you, they are reminding me of Chaz and Bronwyn. Andy is going to be devastated. She's going to start having panic attacks because she doesn't want to have the sex with him soon. She's not interested in Andy. Andy's daughters and his son was absolutely right. They told him, you need to be careful. This girl is about to use you. She is going to use him till she gets every single drop out of him that she can get. And when he runs out of money, she's going to lash out at his ass and then she's going to leave. The problem I have here is Britney's children are suffering, especially Grace. Grace is going through a whole lot of trauma. There is a toxic situation that has been throughout Britney's life with these kids. And if Grace is suffering like this, the other children are too. Grace called her and she pretty much said, you're using me as the fall guy. When anything doesn't work out, that I will come running. I will be there for you. But Grace feels like she's putting Andy in front of her. The truth is, Britney, if you don't like Andy, which we already know you don't, what you should have done is said, Andy, why don't you and your son just go home? I need to stay here and try to repair the relationship with my children. You and your children need to be in family therapy. And you need a 12-step program and a job so that you can start trying to build your life back with your children. And Andy needs to go home and find himself a life. And he needs to try to repair his relationship with his kids too. Andy, this is ridiculous. I just can't believe this. Listen, in the end, Andy's about to be hurt. Britney is about to play a full-fledged game on Andy, and Britney's children are going to be missing their mom the whole time she's out here hanging with Andy. When the truth is her and Andy both should see the writing on the wall, and they both should be grown enough to say, hey, this isn't going to work. Britney should be able to tell him up front she's not attracted to him. She's grossed out by him trying to touch and feel and kiss on her. Just tell him that and carry your ass home and raise your kids. This is ridiculous. Chelsea and Mikey. Now everybody knows I love me some Chelsea. Okay. I love this woman and I want her to be happy. I want her to be in a healthy relationship. I just don't think this is it. She's made it to the hotel. She's got butterflies. She's super excited to see Mikey the next morning. She explains to us that all her relationships have pretty much been abusive. She was in her last relationship. It was a 6-year-long relationship. She was abused. She has not told Mikey about any of this stuff. She's thinking that Mikey's going to get out. He's going to be an amazing guy, a great role model and father for her children, especially her youngest, Trevor. And I said, no. Oh, gosh, I know that I have said this before, but I am in major support of therapy. I don't think she is ready to be in a new relationship. She hasn't healed from these last relationships. I don't know what would make her think that if her history of all of her relationships have been abusive, Why would you start one with a dude from jail? I don't get it. And I don't love bringing this man into her children's lives. I do appreciate that she believes with his probation, he's not going to be able to leave the state of Kentucky for at least 3 months. So he'll have to stay in Kentucky with his sister, which means at least for 3 months, he won't be moving in with her children. She did say that if her children don't like him, she doesn't know what's going to happen with their relationship. Listen, when I was growing up and my parents separated and my mom sat me down and she said, listen, when I start dating, if I date somebody and you don't like them, tell me, because, mama won't date him anymore. And that is how I lived with my son. I never let my son see one dude until I had known them for at least 9 to 10 months. And I can count how many dudes my son actually met. 3. And if my son at any point said, I don't like that dude for any reason, that dude would have been out. You don't fool around with my child. If my kid doesn't like you, I don't like you. We done. Because I truly do believe that small children, they can tell when somebody's not right. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. Get down in the comments and let me know. Listen, when he got released and they were together signing and smiling, I got so emotional because she was so happy and I was so happy for her. I said, oh, wow, I really wish this relationship could work because she's so excited. She says she hasn't told him about the abuse. She's scared to have sex with him, and she hasn't told him that they're not going to be having sex for at least 4 to 6 months because she's not ready. He says that they're like Bonnie and Clyde. And I said, I hope you're like Bonnie and Clyde, law-abiding citizens, and not like those other ones. Because I don't want that. I want the best for her. I hope that Mickey is going to do right by her. But I have a feeling it's not going to work out. And I will be sad if, she's hurt. Honey, Rea and Asante, I'm sick of her. This woman is batshit crazy in my opinion. They are paying this PI for what reason? I don't even know. This PI has found out that the auntie girlfriend and Asante are staying at some hotel. This dude calls her, gets information out of her, and makes plans for him and Rea to go stake out the hotel. The PI also tells her, we can revoke the bond and get the money back and go sit over here at the hotel, or you could just revoke the bond and go on about your business. Rea says they're going to do both. Me, myself, I would have already been home. Me and my kids would have already been back to Kentucky. I Googled it. It takes less than 6 hours for them to drive from Atlanta to Kentucky. There's no way in hell that I would still be there. It has been a full day and a half since he left out of her Airbnb and has not been answering her calls. None of that. The way I would have revoked that bail, got my girls from my friend's house, packed up our stuff, and headed home, you would have thought that I was Speedy Gonzalez. There is no reason for me to pay for a PI and to stake this dude out. Why are you staking him out? It's very clear that he is not into you. It's very clear that he was using you. Listen, Rea, the point is, when you were sitting out in that car waiting and that lady told you on the phone that she was his girlfriend, you made the dumb decision to go ahead and bail him out. He would still be sitting there waiting for that bail. I never would have bailed him out. I would have saved my money, went and got my girls, and went home. You took him home, gave up the cookie, and then you're out here looking like a fool. I mean, you looked like a fool before that, but still. This is ridiculous. Then she's sitting on here screaming and yelling at him on the phone. I said, you're making a fool out of yourself. Why are you out in public screaming and yelling at this dude on the phone? Just go home. It's done. It's over. Him screaming at her, trying to act like he's trying to get his driver's license and social security card. He just out here doing business instead of being at the hotel giving the dick to this auntie girlfriend. She's out here screaming at him, talking about, you don't know who you messing with because I'm not like those other women. And I'm thinking to myself, but you are. You are. He is playing you the same way he played that other lady. Both of you are idiots. Okay, the woman who's sitting at the hotel playing auntie girlfriend, you know, she's an idiot too. Because as soon as he's getting everything that he can get out of her, he's going to hop back over to your house or some other woman's house. All of y'all are being played. This is ridiculous. You are a grown-ass woman who has 2 teenage daughters who are looking at you as a role model. Is this what you want to reflect to your daughters? That you are being played by some fool who went to prison who you didn't even know when he was in prison? And you've spent all of this money plus taking money out of your children's college fund so that you can bail out this raggedy ass dude? Are you fucking kidding me? And I hate calling him raggedy because he passed away, and I apologize. But, you know, at the time, he was raggedy. Anyway, listen, you played yourself, okay? You played yourself. You didn't have your eyes open. You was thinking about having the sex instead of thinking about your daughters, okay? Pull yourself together. Grow all the way to hell up. Get your girls and go home. And I would just like to say, for her friend, quit being a goofball. If you really want to be supportive of her, tell her go home. This is ridiculous. Why are you helping her with this buffoonery? Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.